Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom review. See by title below, yes, this is on episode 14 of Boku no Hero Academia Season 2. And first things first, the first thing I want to talk about this is the new opening and ending. Because honestly, at first, I kind of didn't really care for the opening. I'm not gonna lie, I was like kind of disappointed because I'm always excited to hear when they have a new opening. And this one, at first, I didn't really care for it too much. But as I've listened to it more and more, I will not lie, man. It's actually, I'm hooked on it. I've been like having it like pretty much on like playing it just on repeat over and over again throughout this whole day. And literally, I won't lie. At first, like even when I heard it, at first I was like, maybe I'll like it more if I hear it more. But honestly, first impression is not really that good. But I definitely gotta say, it's pretty damn good, especially when you consider how the visuals were for this one and how they do really connect in a pretty damn awesome way. And it gets you pretty damn hyped up for what's going to be coming in this next season, considering the visuals and everything for the last arc. It was definitely more of, it's a tournament arc. So, there was going to be a tournament. It's super exciting for that kind of thing to happen. See everyone using their powers for the first time, kind of. Against each other. And then of course we see this one where it's more of, it's not just a school festival kind of thing. It's literally like you have the villains actually having a major spot in the whole storyline, and they're actually a threat this time instead of the last one where it's pretty much they weren't even shown. They were shown a little bit, Shigaraki was, but he wasn't really, it's not like in the first season where we saw them actually attack them. This time, this visuals for this opening, at least, it definitely shows like all our heroes and all their problems they have to overcome, and then of course the villain's gonna be attacking them and stuff like that. Especially considering what we saw at the ending, the preview for the next episode, is that it looks like it was something to do with Shigaraki going against Izuku or something along those lines, talking about them, as the episode is called Shigaraki and Izuku. So I'm definitely excited to see how that next episode will go. But before we start talking about that, obviously, the ending. How did I feel about the ending? Honestly, I really enjoyed that. First time I heard it, I already fell in love with it, honestly. And it's not surprising considering the singer is Lisa, and I love all of her songs and everything. But yeah, it was just, I love the visuals. I love the song for it. The opening took time for me to get used to. The ending, immediate, I already loved it. I'm not going to lie. Like, at first when I was like, let's hear how the new ending's gonna be, and I was like, holy shit, wait a minute, this is Lisa, and holy shit, this is awesome. So that's another 2 songs to add to my list of just repeating while I'm just randomly going through my days. So that's pretty damn awesome. How do I feel about the episode now that we got through the whole opening and ending parts of this? The episode, finally, last episode obviously was more of a transitional kind of thing to what would be coming up in this season, and I really enjoyed just seeing Gran Torino. At first you have him like literally the kind of like he seems like the kind of teacher that he's super old, obviously super forgetful, keeps saying who are you again, even when it comes to a point like, here, put on your suit and attack me, and then he's like, who are you again? And at first you're like, oh my gosh, this guy is hilarious. But he honestly probably is not the best teacher, as he keeps forgetting things. But I'm not too sure if he really is forgetting things or it's just kind of a ploy, I guess, to make Izuku think that as well. He's kind of on his, his tiptoes this whole time. And then, of course, when he ends up going around, flying around the damn building, like we learned his powers during the transition parts between the episode, is that he can, like, I don't know, disperse air from his feet, which allows him to just like zoom around the off the walls and everything. And it makes me really think like he's actually a really good hero for kind of like urban combat, perfect for cities, but his power doesn't do much if he's in like a huge open field. Like, that's how you'd be able to beat him, because what is he gonna do? Jump off the ground, that's all. He can't bounce anywhere else if there's no trees, no rocks, just a barren kind of like open grassland or sand area kind of thing, something along those lines. You can probably beat him there, but obviously he's not going to fight you there, as that is his weakness, But overall, it was definitely a good episode to see kind of what Izuku's problems are, how he can overcome them. As we saw at the very end, he finally figured out that, you know, this whole time he's been using his powers kind of like when he thinks he needs to use it, he'll use a certain body part, like, oh, he needs to use his legs to jump, he'll use them. He uses, you know, to punch someone, he uses his arm only. Now he realizes what he should be doing is literally using his whole, you know, all of his whole body, all his power, just like he's seen everyone else been, you know, everyone else has been like their whole lives already, they've been used to their, you know, their powers and everything. He hasn't. But now when he actually thought about it, and when he saw the taiyaki in the dang microwave, he was like, oh, wait a minute, round and round, I gotta use all of my body. And of course, we do see a pretty damn epic ass scene with him just like electrified and everything, ready to, like, you know, see if he could actually keep up with Gran Torino this time, you know. But overall, like, Gran Torino, honestly, at first it's kind of like your first impressions of him is like, oh my gosh, this guy is old and he may just be honestly kind of not all there. But then after you see him kind of, you know, acting serious at certain points, and you're like, okay, maybe he has split personality, or sometimes he's just very forgetful. And then later on, you see him as, you know, when Izuku is trying to think of what's his problem and everything, he's outside like, yep, just like I thought. He's a very analytical kind of person, you know, Izuku, and he could tell that from when he was in the tournament. And that he's actually, like, at first it seemed like he didn't think that Izuku was a good fit for the power, but you do see when he's talking, he thinks about it, he's like, you did find a good person, didn't you, All Might? And it kind of gets you thinking, like, is Gran Torino just kidding? Is he really just doing that, who are you again, just to annoy Izuku or keep him, like I said before, on his toes kind of thing? I'm not too sure yet, as we have only seen one episode of him, but I'm definitely excited to see more of him because he's a pretty enjoyable character just from watching how he acts, and how one moment he's just like kind of like, huh, who are you? Oh, look, I got a microwave, we can go eat taiyaki and stuff like that. And then next moment he's like, think you can hit me? And I'm like, damn, he's got like a on and off switch for just like kind of just fooling around. The next moment's like, it's all serious now, you better watch out, he's gonna kick your ass, Izuku, if you don't use your powers correctly. And that's what makes me super excited to see how it will be now that he has someone that can really teach him how to use his powers, as he did mention that All Might's not really the best teacher for this. So obviously he was the one who taught All Might, so he would be the perfect one to help teach, you know, Izuku as well. So I'm definitely excited to see how Izuku will be now that he'll be able to be taught how to really use his powers and not just be a reckless guy. Sure, he's smart and analytical when it comes to when he's fighting, but he's like literally hurting himself, literally breaking his finger and then breaking it again and breaking it again and keep flicking, like his whole body is like gonna just be destroyed. And that's how he ends up fighting, and that's also why no one wanted to, you know, have him as an intern, and it makes sense, you know. And speaking of interns, that was what the rest of the episode was as well, with pretty much showing everyone. Bakugo looks like he's got some dude with pants on his face. I don't know, his whole body's got like a huge jeans on him. I don't know what's going on there, but looks like that guy is planning on making, you know, giving him some manners, teaching him how he should act as a hero. And I'm over here like, that ain't gonna work. It may seem like at first he's got a handle on, you know, Bakugo, but I don't know, I can't see Bakugo changing like that. And maybe he does miraculously, but he still kind of acts the same. But I'm thinking that he's gonna be surprised by how stubborn Bakugo really can be, you know. That, I don't know, that's just how I feel. Like, I can't see him changing his personality in a day, or I think it's a week they have for them. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. And then of course it showed other people like you know, Todoroki, he's going to be with his father. He obviously doesn't want to, you know, I was surprised, honestly. I thought he was going to go somewhere else, but it looks like he is planning to still go with him. But obviously still not really, he's saying he's not going to follow his path kind of thing. So it should be interesting to see how he is with his father. Then there's the whole thing with Ida, and how, of course, you know, his thing with he wants revenge. And then, of course, you have some funny ones like Mineta with Mount Lady, and she's making him clean. He thought it was a great idea because, yeah, she's high and everything, but guess what? She's also lazy and will use you to you know, just like we saw her before where she used her looks to pretty much get free food, she's gonna use her looks to make you clean her house and say that, you know, there's other things you gotta do during your downtime, and guess what, one of the things is clean my house. That's pretty much what happens. So I'm definitely excited to see how everyone else's internships go as well, if they will really put a huge like showing on them, or will it just all be about Izuku with the you know, a lot about Ida as well, considering this is a story with his revenge and everything. And as we saw too, it's gonna all connect, considering Stain is currently with you know, what's it called, Shigaraki, and it looks like they're gonna fight. Should be interesting. Something along the lines, I don't know, he was talking, I'm still kind of confused on who's in charge of these villains, and it got me kind of thinking, like, what if it's actually, you know, All Might's old, you know, his predecessor, the person who had the power before him, because when Izuku mentions that, oh, that's, you know, what happened when, you know, All Might's predecessor passed away or something along the lines, that's what Izuku thinks, but Gran Torino was like, oh, so you didn't tell him. So the only thing I can honestly think of why his predecessor would disappear is to maybe that person became evil, became a villain, which would be crazy if that person actually was in charge of Shigaraki and is making Shigaraki be strong so that he can take out All Might for some reasons I do not know. Now, that could be completely wrong, and even if I am right, do not spoil that for me. Do not put any, you know, source material readers, do not comment down below and say, holy shit, you got it, you're correct. Keep it to yourself and be like, damn, this guy's pretty smart. Or if I'm completely wrong, you can also think to yourself, man, this guy's pretty stupid. Whatever you want to think. Honestly, it's just my little, like, what if that's really gonna happen? If that does happen in the future, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I said it like way back then. And if obviously it isn't, I can be like, oh well, I mean, it was just a little guess kind of thing, you know. But yeah, overall, pretty damn awesome episode. Definitely enjoyed it. Definitely a great start to the whole the internship kind of thing, with also starting up the kind of flames of what's going to happen with, of course, Shigaraki and the rest of the villains. Definitely excited to see how the next episode will be. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts, good, bad, however you felt. Anime watchers only, how did you feel about the episode? Source material readers, how did you feel about this episode? Obviously without spoiling, or if, like I said before, if you really feel like the need, you have to spoil, do the whole, you have to click read more, put like spoilers below, and then click read more, and then you put your spoilers there, so it doesn't spoil me or any anime watchers only, unless they really want to be spoiled, which of course they will just click the read more. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Till next time, see ya.